wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move, it coach shit. You see me, they like, ooh, chemo sabi. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit. They see me, they like, ooh, chemo sabi. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army. Going up like a rocket, and can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. So they like, damn, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Ooh, Kimo Sabe got this bitch off the hand. Got this juice, got this drip. About to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, it's assault. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move, it coach shit. You see me, they like, ooh, Kimo Sabe. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit.
I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settle and see. You locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's One West. You can check the residency. I reside where soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause there's death before designer. Ain't no coward in me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder. You ain't calling a week. Get the cooking on this beat. Hope you like it well done. Got them killers rolling with me and they all red rum, red rum, red rum. Got you fuckers scared some. Get the banging on this beat till my fucking head numb. Black Glock, red drum, black and yellow Air Ones. Homie, you ain't got a vest. I suggest you wear one.
Told these niggas we was going up. They was doing a lot of talking. Now these niggas ain't saying shit.
Feeling like a legend in this shit, lil nigga, I'm past veteran. Never feeling third, lil nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all steppin', kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5, but you doing life. These hands are rude GPS, a mean right. That's mean right, we build different, you know the vibes. And we stamped it authentic, we notarized. I keep a 144 because I know a kind. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowin' by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with Cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoking till we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym.
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move, it coach shit. You see me, they like, ooh, Kimo Sabe. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit.
Yeah. I stay away from the streets and the trouble to get in. Trying to stay strong in this world full of sin. But they wanna bring us down, they wanna see us win. They wanna kill us all, Lord, tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? I know the hatred's deeper than the color of your skin. So can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? Know the hatred's deeper than the color of your skin. Can I live?
America KKK, land of the good, smokers, home of the slaves. And I'm just trying to be great. Tell me, how can I live with this drama every day? I'm a light, I'm a beam in this darkness. It seems that real life is a nightmare. Can I live my dreams on this earth? Since I was young, I realized I had a destiny bigger than the fiction that's disguised as what was best for me. Better than the hate and all the lies that be the death of me. As of late, since we've been hypnotized since elementary, thought it was my skin, but studied something that was new to me. They hate me because of what my ancient ancestors used to be. Healers, teachers, deities, not all of them were kings and queens. Our nature was natural, not supernatural. Now they call it magic and voodoo, that shit ain't practical. All the rules connected, always more to learn of that, you know. Don't let the shit go over your head. Same snakes up in the garden, but the skin just shed. They'll always try to convince you that it's all in your head. Just know you gotta do better before you hit your bed. I stay away from the streets and the trouble to get in. Trying to stay strong in this world full of sin, but they wanna bring us down, they don't wanna see us win. Trying to kill us all, Lord, tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? I know that hate is deeper than the color of our skin. Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Tell me, can I live? I know that hate is deeper than the color of our skin. Can I live?
They say my rhymes cause too much excitement, ride incitement, shit. Well, there's no indictments when my kinfolk get murdered by white men. Dark skin, light skin, divided and blinded. So we beef with each other, our brothers, rather than fight them. Fuck all that silence, it's time to get shit ignited. I ain't my way, little nigga. I ain't taking shit from no tars. And ain't no motherfucking nation got freedom from marching, begging for portions. Niggas ain't signing no parchments, big payback. You crackers got red in your margins, why? They broke every treaty, slaughtered the buffalo, and then they set fire to teepees. They carved their face in mountains, but we go to jail for graffiti. We fought for this country, they gave us syphilis at Tuskegee. We been getting robbed, yeah, we're the ones who stay behind bars. They take all our money, but they ain't wanna give us no jobs. Wasn't supposed to make it, but we stayed defying the odds. It's like we really only living off the grace of our God. Can I live without getting harassed by the Sarge? Can I live without getting slammed in my car? Can I live long enough to raise my kids? Can I live long enough to see justice? Yo, can I live without getting harassed by the Sarge? Can I live without getting slammed on my car? Can I live long enough to raise my kids? Can I live long enough to see justice? I stay away from the streets and the trouble to get in. Trying to stay strong in this world full of sin, but they wanna bring us down, they wanna see us win. They wanna kill us all, Lord, tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? I know the hatred's deeper than the color of your skin. So can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? Know the hatred's deeper than the color of your skin. Can I live?
Serious, and you're looking for a Christ man, the one who's anointed with the Lord, with the Spirit of the Lord, to do His will. I'm that nigga.
One West, 125th Street. Look, y'all put your faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Win the league and let y'all play, cause y'all gon' make a money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on cargo.
American honor don't lack no soldiers. For the spirit of the Lord, we don't lack no soldiers.
The same, black, Hispanic, native, they hate your ass the same. Hate Christ and they image, paint you as a slave. God ain't all love, scriptures say he hate African soft niggas, they know we not the same. School to prison pipeline to get you off the streets. Put you in the cell fully connected to the saint. Molested as a kid, she prostituted as a teen. The byproduct of Martin Luther King dream. They just took the yoke off, my nigga, we ain't free. We living bleak in these wastelands of poverty. If you don't know the truth, then the lie sound promising. Prophecy, gift and the curse. Dylan started killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave him, man, this shit is absurd. You should never love your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. Man, I joined the UPK, taught me the art of warring. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day, it can't be reconciled. Pops banging, my sister a prostitute. My brother got life, and somehow I still found the truth. War ready, no cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations, you can't bandage no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on a run in Nashville and I found the truth. I called the school, classes being held by the shock on my life. I want to be a gangster like a cop. Do this for my brothers, real brotherhood. Everything Everything we do, we got it out this book. My nigga, I can never be no African. UPK the only authorized acronym. I'm passionate about my brothers and sisters. We in hell, I ain't got nothing against them. That's another religion. If it ain't under YAHANNA, ain't me murdered by them and got a hug from YAHANNA. That's the way out for a coward in my observation. They don't fear the Lord, they indoctrinated. Wolves in sheep clothing, Joe Osteen. Real priest bringing back black royalty. One West on my headpiece, ranking order. Can't let them trick me off the streets, I gotta raise my daughter. I got brothers at the border ducking ICE agents. I got the name change, it was life changing. My family thought it was a game, put on all black, they said I was going through a phase. It's more of us in jail than it was slaves. Chose.
Aquí somos la Escuela Israelita del Conocimiento Práctico Universal. Hoy estamos aquí.
Lord Commander General YAHANNA, I.S.U.P.K.
This is what Commander General YAHANNA did. This is what he did.
First camp, I cut off all my dreads. I took an oath when that oil hit my head. Niggas capping like they lids. I'm a priest, I never stick no fork in no pig. I was dead till I found out how to live. This brotherhood taught me how to be a man. I came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church. I had to dig.
That's right.
You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church.
I know exactly what they want. I know exactly what they want. Just be patient. My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me, y'all keep the fame. I want the glory, been that nigga, bitches never ignored me. Rich in spirit.
Right at it.
Hear the hunger in my voice, they used to tell me to speak up. The problem was of what I was saying, they couldn't keep up. Instead of moving around with some patience, they tried to speed up. It got colder than a bitter bitch, found me a way to heat up. What's a favor for a favor if we all didn't make it? Kept it 100 with everybody, but they just gonna change. I ain't get
Right. Salakia, Officer Adayar. We can't hear Officer Adayar on the StreamYard. In 1 second, Babako shot. We set this up correctly. Any questions in the chat, just bring it. You understand? Officer Adayar, Officer Zabadia will be up.
Shalom, priest. Can you hear me?
Bring all types of questions in the chat. Our topic really would be.
Can you hear me, priest?
1 second, Babako shot. Our topic is going to be, you understand, the hate, the perpetual hate that our oppressor has for us, right?
Salaki, can you hear me, please? Salaki, we having technical difficulties. Hey, once again, shalom to everybody. Shalom. I'm Preaching Officer 1000 out here with the I.S.U.P.K, which is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. You understand? We had some technical difficulties going on right now. You understand? So we are the I.S.U.P.K, and the I.S.U.P.K is there to teach you, so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian, that we are the 12 tribe of Israel. And lately, there's a lot of news about what's going on with our people. We're seeing exactly the mass migration that's going on, the migration that's going on, you understand, in the southern border of the America. We're seeing exactly the destruction of our brothers and sisters wherever we at. And recently, we had news. There's a news that's going on viral on social media that a lot of news channels are not talking about. Understand? But there's the state of Alabama. There's a jail over there where our brothers are locked up, and it's hell. It's hell. You understand? They're enduring things that no human should be enduring. You understand? I'm gonna play a quick clip before we start anything. The title of the class is the perpetual hate of our oppressor. You understand? Like we think that, you understand, because of the church, we think like everybody should love everybody. We think that, you understand, well, you know what, everybody's a human being, so we also love everyone, love everybody, everything and everybody. But when you realize that they never loved you and they will never love you, when did so-called Caucasian ever love us? When did the Chinese man, the Japanese man ever love us? What did they do to exactly show us that they love us? I'm waiting for, you know what I'm saying, who could answer that question? Like, what did these other nations do to say, well, you know, Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian, we love you. This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do for you because we love you. What have they done for, you understand, for us to see the type of love that they have for us? Nothing. They haven't done a damn thing, man. They haven't done a damn thing. Why? Because they do not love us. Especially, you understand, this oppressor that oppresses night and day. We think, you understand, that because we're in Canada, you understand, everybody welcomes every nation. We think, you understand, it is really the case. We think that there's love for us. We think that Canada has love for the Native Indian, the same people that they oppress and destroy. We think that Canada has love for so-called Black people, the same people that they had in slavery in Canada. You understand? We think these nations love us. Meanwhile, they never did love us, and it's a perpetual hate that they have for us. That's in the Bible, and you're gonna see it tonight. The oppressor, the so-called Caucasian, the so-called European, they have a perpetual hate towards so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian. But before we get into scriptures and what you understand, like we have like a couple of stories for you. Let me play a video right quick for you. Let me see. Let me give you something. Give me 2 seconds so it could play. Okay. I'll close it. Okay. Let me just share my screen like this. You could see it. Right. I'm gonna try to see if I could share my screen. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. It won't be long. Right there. All right.
Your family, you got a picture of your big brother, and your big brother look dead.
The family of 32-year-old
Now,
what if that was your family?
This is you know saying the family, you know saying that's asking for mercy, asking for help, asking for justice for what happened to one of theirs. I said just like you see in the title, family speak out after images of Alabama inmate go viral. Let's go check it out.
You got a picture of your big brother, and your big brother look dead.
The family of 32-year-old Costello Vaughn is calling for help after these disturbing images.
This is what's going on in Alabama. This is what's going on in the United States of America, the greatest country of the world, right? This is what's going on when a brother could go in jail looking healthy, and this is how he is. You know, saying how the family has to see him, man. Shalom, Officer Barakela. Shalom, Yahweh Shemar Stud. What's going on, bro? This is crazy, man. You seeing this picture, man? This picture?
Okay.
That's crazy, man. Let's keep on going. Let's get some more, man.
Images were sent to them from inside the Elmore Correctional Facility.
For his eyes to be rolled back and him just sitting right there. And
Look at this. Salaka, this is a dead man. Like, you know what I'm saying? This brother look like he dead. You understand? Imagine, you know what I'm saying? And imagine that would happen to a Jewish man. Imagine that would happen to the Palestinian. Imagine that would happen to these other nations. They would want to fight with America right now. They would want to go crazy, you understand, in the street, you understand, doing all, you understand, doing all committing violence act and whatnot. Meanwhile, all we want to do is love the same oppressor, you understand, that put us in a situation like this. Put us, you understand, like turn us into this. You have seen the young man, man. Now this is the same young man inside of the jail. This is what's going on in America. Nobody want to talk about it except the UPK. Understand?
Population. I'm like, this like a zombie.
The family from Mobile says when they last visited Vaughn in June,
That's
he
the
was
same brother. That's the same brother that y'all seen in the other pictures.
healthy, but they say about 3 weeks ago, he called them complaining about stomach issues.
And know what it did? It was like the bare minimum.
They say days later, they then received a call from an inmate, letting them know Vaughn had been taken into surgery at the prison's medical facility. The inmate told them he had part of his small intestine removed.
We weren't even informed of the surgery at all. The inmate said it was less than 32 hours he was back in there with 32 staples going down his abdomen.
They say they had reached out to the Department of Corrections multiple times, who had promised them that he would be in good care, only to receive these images days later. That's when they took media calling for help. We reached out to ADOC.
He was going to be in good care. Understand? Is this the good care? And this is why we say that the oppressor is the damn devil the Bible speak of, man. You understand? He's a damn deceiver. He tells you something, meanwhile, he has something else in his mind. Now, the one thing also that happens is like, we need to start putting up, you understand, our mind into the fact that if it happened to one of us, it happened to every one of us. We need to start thinking as a people, man. You understand? We taking them individually, and well, you know what? It's not me. It didn't happen to me, not my family. What I don't care, I don't give it them. Nah. And this is why we are losing. This is why we're in the bottom. Why? Because we think, you understand, we selfish. We could be selfish. We should be selfish about our own people, man. That's what we should be selfish about our own people. If it touches one of us, it affects every one of us. And this is what the other nations know. This is how the other nations move. This is why you see exactly the fight in Palestine. You understand? Israel say, well, you know what? They touched one of us. They touched 2, 3 of us. Well, you know what? We're going to bomb them. This is how America thinks. Well, you know what? Because that, you know what I'm saying, they're unalive, 2, 3 soldiers. Well, we're gonna go, you know what I'm saying, go get them. We need to start having the same mentality, you understand, and being selfish, you understand, for one another, man. Meanwhile, you have that brother, you understand? The family called, and they said the oppressor said, well, he's gonna be in good care. Don't worry, don't worry. Yeah, this is the state the brother is in right now. Imagine that. You understand? Every so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian should be, you understand, in the streets, you understand, or should be, you understand, speaking up. You want to be in the streets for Palestine. You want to be in the streets, you understand, for the Rainbow Coalition. What about that, brother? You understand? What about that, brother? Matter of fact, what about those brothers? You know what I'm saying? This is not the only story. You're about to hear more stories, man. That's in Alabama. And you're about to hear stories, you know what I'm saying, in Canada as well. It is totally disgusting what's going on, you understand, in this empire, man. It is disgusting. It is nasty. It is filthy, man. And it is heartbreaking to see a brother, you understand, in this type of situation, man. You understand? Let's get some more.
Who told us they understand there is concern about Vaughn's welfare. They said in a statement, part quote, he is assigned to Elmore Correctional Facility, but is currently housed at Staten Medical Observation Unit. ADOC's Office of Health Services has fully investigated his situation from a clinical perspective, and he has been offered all necessary treatment for his condition. Also, he has been in touch with his family to update them on his situation.
He's been offered all necessary treatment. Now y'all are trying to treat him because it's on the media. The boy has been asking y'all for help.
Vaughn is serving a 25-year sentence on multiple charges out of Baldwin and Mobile counties for unlawful breaking and entering a vehicle and first-degree robbery.
Lord be with the brother and his family, man. Understand? Lord be with the brother and his family, man. But a question, priest, are you there?
Khan.
Can you bring me to Isaiah chapter 42, verse 22, Bible question? You understand? It is something, you understand, heartbreaking to see this happening to our own people, man. It is something heartbreaking to see this happening to your brother, your sister, man. Even if we don't know this brother, that's our brother, man. Even though we don't know those two sisters, these are our sisters. These are our people, man. You understand, for black, you understand, we're supposed to, you understand, to have like a black month, you understand, Black History Month. What about us making history right now? What about us loving one another right now? What about us standing up for one another right now? You understand? What about us making history by being inside of the UPK and really standing up for something, man? You understand? That brother's life could have been saved, you understand, if he was in the UPK. That brother's life could have been saved. He didn't have to go, you understand, do what he did, man. All he had to do is come join the UPK. You understand? I'm pretty sure there's a school, you understand, in his city. You understand? We have a school in Alabama. You understand? That brother should have been in there, and he would have been safe, man. And you about to understand, you about to realize that there's nothing out there. You are not safe out there, you know what I'm saying, outside of these walls, outside of, you know what I'm saying, the I.S.U.P.K. You are not safe, man. Why? Because you living a life of sin that will, you know what I'm saying, bring you closer to your death, man. And this is where the brother at, man. And I pray, you know what I'm saying, the Lord be with him. The Lord, you understand, restitute this brother, you understand, and put him, you understand, give him back his strength. And I pray that he comes and join the UPK, man. Because it is totally, you understand, nerve-wracking, you know what I'm saying? It is, you understand, something that makes him wise men go mad to see, you understand, this happening to our people. Meanwhile, they're sending billions to Ukraine. Meanwhile, they're sending guns, weapons, you understand, to Israel so they could, you understand, unalive Palestinians, man. Yeah, this is what, you know what I'm saying? This is our brothers and sisters got to live. This is what we got to go through as, you know what I'm saying, as the chosen people of God, man. You got it, priest?
Khan, this is Isaiah chapter 42, verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
We are robbed and spoiled, man. Do you understand? We are robbed and spoiled, man. They took everything from us, man. They even took our nationalities from us, man. They took everything, man. They took our soul of Sabarakiala. They gave us that Christian church. You know what I'm saying? They took the soul of the people, man. Nowadays, we are no longer warriors, man. When you look at the Haitian people, you know what I'm saying? Haitian people, you know what I'm saying? Whoop the behind of Napoleon, man. Whoop the behind of the French, man. Yet today, they took the soul of the people, man. And we fighting one another, man. Destroying one another, unaliving one another. They took our soul, give us the Christian church, and now we want to love the same oppressor that's doing this to our brothers and sisters, man. How can we say we love that brother by, you understand, wanted to join in this, you understand, with this empire? You understand? They're robbed and spoiled, you understand, God's people. Keep on going.
Karawakan, they are all of them snared in holes.
Everywhere you look at is trap, man. You understand? As a matter of fact, you understand, you have the trap house. Everywhere you look at is a trap for us, man. You see the music industry, what they sing about, you understand? Nowadays you have, you understand, Playboy Cardi, you understand, putting, you understand, something that's similar to a tongue, you understand, on them. You have, you understand, these young men dressing with, you understand, having, you understand, wearing dresses and whatnot. It is something absolutely disgusting, you understand? There's traps everywhere for you to fall. The weed is legal right now. Weed is legal. You can, you understand, smoke all the weed that you want. That's a trap, man. You understand? Go ahead.
Karawakan, and they are hid in prison houses.
They are where?
They are hid in prison houses.
They are in prison, man. The majority of, you understand, of the people in prison are Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian in America, in Canada, man. We are the majority in prison, not the Jewish man. You understand? As the Jewish man, is this talking about him? You understand? Was he robbed and spoiled? What did they took from him? Nothing, not a goddamn thing. Meanwhile, every invention that, you understand, the Black men made, who's getting rich from it nowadays? The so-called oppressor. They robbed and spoiled. Everything we do, they rob and spoil. They rob and spoil, you understand? They took hip-hop. You understand? We created hip-hop, and they're making, you understand, mad money from hip-hop, man. Billions from hip-hop. We create style. They make, you understand, billions, you understand, with what we create. You understand? Meanwhile, our brothers, our sisters, they are where? In prison houses, man, in jail. Just like that brother, you understand, that you see. Understand? They can't wait to put one of us in jail. They don't go in the Jewish neighborhood knowing damn well that they are criminals as well. They don't go in the neighborhood, you understand, waiting and plotting for them. But they do that, you understand, with our own people. They do that with you, so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian, man. That's what they do. It's time for us to realize these things. It's time for us to stand up as a people, man. Understand? So, like, appreciate. Keep going.
Kawakan. They are for a prey.
They are for what?
They are for a prey.
They are for a prey. We are the prey, man. We are the prey of this, you understand? Of this empire. If you have a prey, you have the prey. You have what? You also have what? Also, Barakela.
So, like the other one?
If you have the prey, I said the prey is there. So if there's a prey, there's what also?
A predator.
Say it again.
A predator.
The predator. You understand? The hunter. Understand? Now imagine the prey saying to the predator, "I love you. I want to be with you." This is what Christian church made us think. The Christian church made us think, well, you know what? Us, since we are the prey, we are the one that's being hunted on. You understand? We are the one that's being destroyed. Well, you know what? Just say to the predator, just say to the hunter, "I love you." This is the Christian church. Meanwhile, the predator do not give a damn about the love of the prey. All he wants to do is destroy the prey, is eat the prey. Understand? Use the prey for his last meal or his first meal. That's what the predator wants to do. Well, we are the prey. We are there as a prey. You understand? We are the prey of this empire, man. We are the prey in Canada, man. We are the prey in the United States, in the Caribbean, in South America, and everywhere, you understand, in this world. We are the prey, man. You understand? So if you are the prey, how can you love the predator that's, you understand, that's preying on you, that wants to devour you? Well, the Christian church, your Christian preachers tell you what, you know what? Just tell, you understand, since you are the prey, just tell the, you understand, the predator, I love you. You understand? Is it working? Hey, Shalom, also is Baja. Shalom, appreciate our worship of thumb.
Shalom, Akim. Yahweh Hashem Yashar Barakatah.
You understand? Is it working, man? I don't know if you seen the video that I just played, also Baja. This thing was crazy, man.
I did not see it. If I could, is it a long video?
No, it's not that long.
If I could, can I get to watch it again?
Yeah, come. Understand? Matter of fact, the people need to watch, see it again, because that we are the prey in this empire.
Yeah, no sweat.
So like that. Give me 2 seconds. So we're right. Give me 2 seconds. You think we do that too? Check this out, man.
And your big brother look dead.
The family of 32-year-old Costello Vaughn is calling for help after these disturbing images were sent to them from inside the Elmore Correctional Facility.
For his eyes to be rolled back and him just sitting right there in general population, I'm like, this like a zombie.
The family from Mobile says when they last visited Vaughn in June, he was healthy. But they say about 3 weeks ago, he called them complaining about stomach issues. So they say he asked for medical treatment.
And no one was to him. And when they did, it was like the bare minimum.
They say days later, they then received a call from an inmate, letting them know Vaughn had been taken into surgery at the prison's medical facility. The inmate told them he had part of his small intestine removed.
We weren't even informed of the surgery at all. It was less than 32 hours he was back in there with 32 staples going down his abdomen.
They say they had reached out to the Department of Corrections multiple times, who had promised them that he would be in good care, only to receive these images days later. That's when they took to social media calling for help. We reached out to ADOC, who told us they understand there is concern about Vaughn's welfare. They said in a statement, part quote, he is assigned to Elmore Correctional Facility, but is currently housed at Staten Medical Observation Unit. ADOC's Office of Health Services has fully investigated his situation from a clinical perspective, and he has been offered all necessary treatment for his condition. Also, he has been in touch with his family to update them on his situation.
He's been offered all necessary treatment. Now, y'all are trying to treat him because he's on the media. The boy has been asking y'all for help.
Vaughn is serving a 25-year sentence on multiple charges out of Baldwin and Mobile counties for unlawful breaking and entering a vehicle and first-degree robbery.
They made sure they had, you know what I'm saying, they said what he did wrong. Yet, you know what I'm saying, like, it's crazy, man. This is what our brothers got to go through, man. They treat that brother just like a prey. Read that part again, Baba Kwasha, also Barakella.
Khan. They are for a prey.
They are for a prey, man. You know what I'm saying? Just like you seen that brother. That brother was a prey, you know what I'm saying, to these Edomites. And who knows what else they did to that brother, man. You know what I'm saying? After surgery, you know what I'm saying, they cut up his, you know what I'm saying, part of his intestine, and 32 hours afterward, he was back in jail. Now, even the animals, you know what I'm saying, they treat the animals even better than that, Officer Barakella.
Right.
You understand? They treat the animals even better than that. You understand? Meaning, you know what I'm saying, we are even less, you know what I'm saying, we are really the prey that they're hunting, man. This is America for you. This is, you know what I mean, the so-called Caucasian, the so-called, you understand, Christian nation that you think that Christ is going to save. Meanwhile, you understand, that brother is a Judite. You know what I'm saying? If I'm correct, he's a Judite. He's a Jew. You understand? He's the same bloodline as Christ. And this is what they did to him, man. And you telling me that the Christ is gonna come and save the same oppressor that did this to him? You Christian are delusion. You know what I'm saying? You Christian living in an illusion. You understand? Keep on going.
And none delivereth.
And none delivereth, man. You know what I'm saying? Who delivered that brother? You know what I'm saying? Who delivered that brother? Who say, you know what I'm saying? Who came and said, well, you know what, you need to pay, you know what I'm saying, pay that brother, you know what I'm saying, a couple million, you know what I'm saying, 32 hours surgery, go back in jail? None. That's, you know what I'm saying, we don't do this thing like that, you know what I'm saying? This is America, the greatest nation on earth. Well, you know what, this cannot happen on a watch, you know what I'm saying? Where's the justice for that brother, you know what I'm saying, for what he went through? You understand? Not one. Nobody say, well, you know what, they need to be. Who say, you know what I'm saying? Everybody want to say fight, you know what I'm saying? Free Palestine, free Palestine. Who's saying free Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian from the end, from the teeth of the so-called Caucasian, man? Who's saying that? Even the Palestinians that understand suffering, that understand genocide, they're not saying that for us. Even the Ukrainian that's claimed to be oppressed by the Russian, they're not saying that for us. Even the Africans that supposedly know about struggle, they're not saying that for us. None say deliver. Nobody say, well, we need to deliver so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian. And if you could understand that, now you could understand salvation, who salvation is for. Why? Because people understand when Palestine got to be saved. People understand when these other nations, you know what I'm saying, are being oppressed and they need deliverance. But they don't understand when it's about you, so-called Black. They don't understand that you need the deliverance, man. And this is why Christ is coming back, you know what I'm saying? Because he understands. God understands. That's the Commander YAHANNA understand. Also Zabadja, also Shawan, also Brakella understand what salvation for Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian is, man. Understand? Keep on going about the question.
For a spoil and none said restore.
You understand? They robbed us, and nobody said, well, you know what? You got to give them back. All the money that the Jewish man is making from hip-hop, he's supposed to give everything back to the Black community, plus interest. Everything. Everything they have done, you know, they have took, you know, ever since the 60s. You know, ever since slavery, matter of fact. For 400 years, 500 years with the native. They need to give all that money back, all this wealth back with interest. Nobody's saying that. In the UPK, we are saying that. And this is what Christ wants. This is what God wants. And this is what will be, you know what I'm saying, in the future, man. Keep on going, Bible question. Next verse.
Verse 43. Who among you will give ear to this?
Now, what we just read, what we just seen, which one among you that's not in the UPK that's watching this class or that's going to be watching this class is going to say, well, you know what? This makes sense. Which one of you, you understand, while we're here, you understand, that you could hear to, you understand, because of the wind that's carrying that, you understand, those voices, you understand, to your ears. Which one are you going to pay attention to what is being said? Keep on going.
Who will hearken and hear for the time to come?
Go ahead.
Verse 24. Who gave Jacob for a spoil and Israel to the robbers?
Who gave Jacob for a spoil and Israel to the robbers? Why are we in this situation, man? Who gave us up, man? Who put us in the situation that we're in today? Go ahead.
Did not the Lord, he against whom we have sinned?
You understand? God did it. God is the reason you see 80s messed up. God is the reason, you understand, because where you see that brother got to go through all this hell that he went through. You understand? God did it, you understand, because you understand, you seen that the Native Indian woman, you understand, that also Kelly's gonna, you understand, bring, you understand, to your attention. God did it. And why he did it? Because we're sinning against the Most High, man. Are you gonna pay attention? Are you gonna say, well, you know what, maybe I should listen and come back to my own ways, our Father's way, God's ways? Are you gonna pay attention? Because God is the one that's doing this because we sin against him. It's time to wake up, black man, so-called Latino man, and Native Indian man. Keep on going, Bible question.
Khan, for they will not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his law.
Understand that we don't want to walk into the ways of God. We don't want to walk, you understand? We don't want to be obedient, you understand, unto his laws. We say, well, the laws are done away with. These laws are old school. That's the Old Testament. It's old thing. And now Christ came with a new thing. Well, Christ did the laws. Christ obeyed every one of the laws. And Christ told you to do like him. That's in the Bible. That's what Christ, from the words of Christ. Christ said, be followers of me. Which means do what I did. If I follow all the laws, follow all the laws. You understand? But we don't want to do that. And this is why, you understand, this brother got to go through that, through this hell. This is why, you understand, the stories that we're going to read, you understand, in a few, we have to read such stories, man. Instead of having stories of wealth, story of triumph, we reading stories of pain, stories of oppression, stories of calamity, you understand, that's falling on our people. Why? Because we refuse to obey the commandments of the Most High. Because we refuse, you understand, to be like, well, you know what? Let's come back to our ways. We want to be everything else. We want to follow everything else except what is gonna cure our people, man. Except what is gonna take us away from this hell, man. Keep on going by question.
Neither were they obedient unto his law.
Go ahead.
Verse 25. Therefore he hath poured upon him the fury of his anger.
And this is what we're feeling. This is what slavery was about. This is what our poverty is about. This is what you understand, our pain is about. This is why, you understand, our houses are destroyed. This is why, you understand, that brother went through this, man. I came 32 hours surgery after having surgery, cutting up your intestine. 32 hours, you back in jail. Meanwhile, you're supposed to be, you understand, on the hospital bed for probably weeks. You understand? You understand, like dose of drugs, you understand, morphines and painkillers. You understand? They done cut up your inside. 32 hours. Imagine the pain of that brother, man. Imagine that brother can't even eat nor drink. You understand? Imagine, you understand, the pain that brother has to go through. Probably throwing up blood and everything. Now you see that brother just looking like a zombie, you understand? You don't even recognize the brother no more. Meanwhile, you understand, I'm pretty sure they have camera in those jail cells and they're watching him languishing, you understand, suffering on the floor. Suffering with the pain and laughing. And just like, you understand, we had, you understand, like back in the days during the time of, you understand, of our forefathers, you understand, in the Bible, you understand, they probably, you understand, betting until, is he gonna die first? Is he gonna die first? You understand, is it gonna fall off the bed first? You understand? They're probably betting on it. This is the empire. We are back in Egypt, if you don't understand that. The same, you understand, those same people. And what I don't understand as Christian, how can you read about the atrocities that were committed to the children of Israel in the Bible and not understand that we are going through the same atrocities, man? We are the only people that's going through those same atrocities as the children of Israel back in the Bible. So we must be the children of Israel. Understand? Was that it on the verse?
No, other one. And the strength of battle. And it had set him on fire round about.
Go ahead.
Khan. Yet he knew not, and it burned him. Yet he laid it not to heart.
Understand? Like, it's time for us to understand why these things are happening to our people, man. Why all this death, all this suffering, all this pain is happening to our people. And you're about to see suffering and pain, you understand? Anybody want to say something about the video? Are you ready for with the Manitoba woman?
Salakia.
I'm gonna let you have that, all right? Come on, please go ahead.
Salakia, that was a hard video to watch, right? And listen, our oppressor is such a beast. Like I'm trying to find the words to say it without damn near going off and getting checked from a man above me. But good night. Like, these devils absolutely don't care, right? And another thing is, like, damn, like they doing that brother dirty, and like you could see like how a lot of our brothers be going through it, right? The next thing is this is the total fault of, like, I'm always going to place the blame squarely where it needs to be, and that's on the Christian church. It's not just the oppressor, right? The oppressor is a beast, and we should know that, right? This is why we cannot participate in his system. We cannot think we're going to be gangsters like him. Listen, black men, Hispanic men, Native American men, we don't get away with being gangsters, right? We're not good at being criminals because we're not supposed to be criminals. We're supposed to be priests and prophets, right? We're not supposed to be criminals at all. And if our pastors, our religious leaders weren't dumb as rocks, they would tell us that for going against the Most High, this is going to happen to us, right? If I could, can someone, Baraki Allah, can you get me Deuteronomy 28 and 23, Baba Kasha?
Khan.
Right? Because again, this is like our religious leaders are supposed to tell us this right away. We're supposed to know what's going to happen if we try to participate in the oppressor's criminality, in his lifestyle. The oppressor is a criminal. If you look at everywhere the oppressor goes, he's a vagabond. He has no culture, no lands, no heritage, no inheritance, right? He goes and steals and unalives. The thief was born to steal or Salaki, I'm paraphrasing it, right? But they go wicked, they go astray as soon as they're born, and they were born to unalive and steal, right? I'm paraphrasing those two scriptures. We try to be like him, we just end up in jail. The pastors are supposed to tell us this, right? When you go into Deuteronomy, the 28th verse, Moses is telling us back in the day of all the things that would happen if we obeyed the Father, and all the things that would happen if we disobeyed. And what Baraki Allah is going to read is what happens when we disobey. Us going into these jail cells and being abused is foretold. It was told to us when we were in the wilderness this would happen if we didn't follow the Lord, right? Now, confession is good for the soul. I learned this truth in jail. I learned this truth coming home. Like, a brother that I know, he told me I was an Israelite. I was supposed to fight this brother. He told me I was an Israelite. I did not want to fight him. I came home trying to figure out what the hell he was talking about, because I'd be damned if I was going to spend the next 8-10 years, the next 24 hours of my life after being released back in another jail cell. And I hit the ground running. And I've been here ever since. It feels good to be home. I pray these brothers are able to hear the truth. Our prison department is working excellently and hard, right, for brothers to find this truth and come home so we won't be abused by some beast that's unconscious. Our oppressor has no conscience at all. That brother, listen, I've seen a picture of the brother. The brother was healthy as an ox, and then he looked like Salakia. He looked like Tales from the Crypt Keeper.
Good night.
And it sucks. It hurts to say that. I was boiling up watching that video. Salakia, Barak, if you could.
Khan, just to confirm, you asked for Deuteronomy 28 and 23?
Khan.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 23. And thy heaven that is over thy head shall be brass.
Right. So hold that right there, Baraki Allah. This is talking about prison. This is talking about the curses that are going to befall us if we don't follow the Father. You don't listen. I pray for all the brothers, all the young men who are graced to hear these words. If you do not fall in line and get to the doorsteps of the I.S.U.P.K, immediately the heaven over your head is going to be brass. What are those jail cells made out of? If you look at the old jail cell bars, right? Or the old jail cells, it was bars, right? Steel and brass. Keep reading, bro.
Khan. And the earth that is under thee shall be iron.
Right. That's describing a jail cell, the prison blocks, the ranges, the yards that we if you are unfortunate enough to go through that type of hell, this is describing what's going to happen and the living conditions that you're going to be in. It's going to be an iron box that you're in. Salakia.
Right.
I yield.
Come, man. You understand? This was powerful, you understand? And it's true what you're saying, priest. Like this is like I was watching this video at work, you understand? Like, you know how hard it is not to tear up when you see, like, you understand, when you're in this truth and seeing your brother like this, you understand? You know how much, you understand, what it, you understand, it takes, you understand, not to tear up and be like, God, man, like we falling like so far, you understand, we gotta go through this because, you understand, we need to start putting ourselves back, you understand, into each other's problem, each other's lifestyle, each other, you understand, pain. You understand? Like putting myself, like seeing myself, like, you understand, like, yo, this is my reflection, man. This could have been me. Imagine me, you understand, I have to go through all this hell. You understand? It broke my heart, man. You understand? But yo, these people are devil, and you're absolutely right. You understand? The Christian church is the house of Satan. You understand? Your Christian preacher is an angel of Satan, and this is why he's telling you, like, he's telling the prey to just love the predator. You understand? Also, Brian Keller, are you ready to bring the article that you have? I have another video right quick. You understand? Before also Brian Keller come through. I have another video right quick. 2 seconds. This was crazy. Like. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna see if it plays. Understand? And also Zabadja, what you said also, you know, in Psalm 58 verse 3, the wicked goes estranged from the womb, man. You understand? The oppressor said, well, you know what? We give him all the help that he needs. Meanwhile, you understand, he got the good care that he needs. Meanwhile, that brother was languishing, you understand, in pain in his jail cell. 32 hours after surgery, man, after they done cut up his intestine, they send him right back in jail, man. Understand? It's crazy, man. So like, I'm trying to make the video play. There's another video. Why Officer Brian Keller is not there. See if this video could play. I have another video of the, you know, of what's going on in Alabama as well. Understand? But a question, priest. I sent you the video. Can you play it on your end?
You gotta give me one moment. I'm gonna get it right. Salakia, this is the video that you want. The video that was just added.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. I just gotta find it.
Come. Let me try again. See if we can.
No, I can do it, Adiyar. You just got to give me 1 second so I can pull it up on the computer that I'm on. That was Salakia.
It's playing. It's playing. Please. Now you it's playing.
No sweat.
Let's watch this.
By the name of Pretty Black, and they are doing their best to raise awareness about what's going on at Limestone Correctional Facility in Alabama, where inmates apparently, or allegedly, I should say, are being abused by the guards and some of the higher ups. Now, they have this video on their TikTok time.
Yes, I'm at Limestone Correctional Facility, man. They putting their hands on people. I went to child this morning at 6 o'clock at breakfast with my own bowls and everything. I didn't get no static. They brought it to me. They jumped on me. Look at my arm. Dang, it's fractured or broke. They gave me a sling to put it in. A lot of other inmates right here, dirty clothes, they slam in the mud. A lot of other inmates right here with the same thing. They ain't got no way to get this message to the free world. So I'm asking that some justice be done, please, in the state of Alabama, man. Let it be known, goddamn, what you did. Only thing I did was walk around trying to make me a hustle because I don't get nothing from home. I went to the chow hall with my bowls from the dorm, bowls that I bought from the store. And they addressed me with static about nothing. I didn't get loud with them. I didn't do nothing wrong. Miss Lieutenant Sergeant Morrison was the one that initiated the whole thing. But there were 5 more other guys that come out of the shift office and jumped on me. I told them I wasn't resisting the arrest. They kept saying, stop resisting the arrest. How's I'm resisting the arrest in handcuffs? I didn't resist no arrest. Look at the knots on my head, man. Look at my face. Look at my eye. They jumping on me everywhere around. This officer doing this. That ain't right. Look at my clothes. I'm dirty. They wouldn't even give me no more clothes. Look at me, man. This what's going on in Alabama State Prison, man. And it's crazy. How can you get justice for something else? And we ain't got no justice in here. People lives in danger, man. You know what I'm saying? This is supposed to be a way to help people, not hurt. Please help me. You got people coming up for parole getting denied for nothing. They ain't even got no kind of violent cases. They getting denied. They ain't even give people chances. It's crazy in Alabama, man. I'm probably getting ready to leave next year. They took all my good time for nothing. 1,080 days worth of good time for nothing.
Like the scripture said, you understand, this is the people, you understand, in the jailhouse. Now you understand, and a lot of things, something that people might not understand is that, you understand, these jailhouses are big business. This is why you see a lot of black people, you understand, in jail. You understand, they're big business. You understand, your car place, you understand, the place that goes in your car, you understand, and so on and so on. There's a lot of things that these men are producing for this empire, man, for cheap labor, slavery. You understand? These institutions are, you understand, are there to create business for this empire. They get more revenue. The more you understand, inmates that they have, they get more revenue. And this is why we stand against crime in the UPK, because you understand, crime is a way to, you understand, to make this empire richer. If we cut off crimes,
right,
this the riches of this empire will decrease. Messiah in Christ, the riches of this empire will decrease. You understand why? Because they get rich by us being criminals. This is why we have, you understand, just like officers of body earlier, we have, you understand, the prison program for brothers and, you understand, and sisters. Because you understand the fact that we have these programs, we want exactly, you understand, the riches of this empire to decrease. The more we are criminals, judges get paid, you understand, the police get more money, you understand, and so on and so on. All of them, you understand, the investigators, you understand, the detective, the lawyers, you understand, prosecutors, everybody get paid because we become, you understand, we commit crimes. Now, if we don't commit crimes, why would the police ask for, like, you understand, like, let's say 18, you understand, $1 billion of, you understand, of help, of finance. Why would they ask that if there is no crime that are being committed? You understand? This is why the I.S.U.P.K, we stand against crime, man. Understand? And if there's no crime, boldly the oppressor will still lock us up. Of course, they'll still find a reason to lock us up, but at least the whole world will see that the oppressor is locking us up unjustly. You understand? Because we are not criminals. You understand? Now they have, you understand, they have, you understand, the proverb that says black men are criminals. You understand? They have, you understand, this to say, well, you know what, we arrest them because they are criminals. But let's stop doing crime. Let's stop committing crimes. Come to the UPK, we'll show you how. Focus on something better. Focus on something else. Focus on your own people, you understand? On building your people, and we will stop committing crimes as a people, man. Understand? All right. You want me to play more of that video, or that was it, please?
So, Lakia, if before you play more of the video, right? Well, I wanted to say something, right? Like what you were saying a second ago about when we commit crime, we go to listen for all the brothers and sisters who have issues with Caucasians, who don't love Caucasians, but are yet and still because they don't know the truth, because your Christian pastor is a hoe and your politicians, all your blackity black leaders are hoes. They're prostitutes for this oppressor, right? You don't understand that certain towns, there's townships who the criminals, okay, I'm not even gonna say it like that. I'm gonna say it like this, right? Brothers and sisters who are in these jails, they are added to the population of these townships. So now when the township goes to, I'm gonna use Canada because we're in Canada, right? You have a town in Ontario, right? When you're driving from Montreal to Toronto, you pass a town called Kingston, Ontario. It has majority of the prisons in Ontario, right? That's where everyone goes to do their federal time, to do their life sentences, their 10-year sentences, the sentences that are 2 years plus a day, right? If you end up in those buildings, you are part of the town's population. When that township government goes to ask for money for the town from the federal government, the population of the prison is added to the township. And they're not using that money to put it in the prisons. The prisons are getting the bare minimum of food. I'll give you an example for in the States. In the United States, many brothers are thrown into these prison houses innocently. They're railroaded into taking plea deals because the way they structure the plea deal, right? They'll structure a plea deal where, listen, if you take this plea deal, you'll be out by next year. But if you don't take this plea deal and you try to take it to trial, you'll have to wait past next year to go to trial. So a brother, I'm speaking from examples, from my own personal example. You just take the plea deal. You say, F it. I'm just going to take the plea deal. Instead of me going to trial, I lose and have to do an extra 8 to a year on top of a sentence that I might have beaten. Right? And then the brothers, they have to do this time. They end up doing the time. The town gets the money, right? You might end up in a bad situation because these jails aren't really ran with any authority. The people running these jails are corrupt. Now, let's say you leave men in a situation, in a hard situation, there's going to be a fight, right? There's going to be a fight. There's going to be someone trying to take advantage of someone because brothers are starving in there. And then this is something that happens in the United States. If you get some type of ding on your ticket, like some type of written up report, that you don't get to eat regular food. They will take away the regular food from you while you're in segregation and give you some type of meatloaf. That's not meat. It's damn near cardboard. It's damn near a mashup of things that they compress into like a bar. Just imagine like a tofu bar. You're getting that because you got into a fight. Now you got to ask yourself, where's all this money going? Right? And this brother is complaining. He's saying that he's getting abused. Salakia Adiyar, if I can continue just a little more.
Go on.
In Toronto, there was a jail called the West Detention Center. This jail is not active no more for people who are going through criminal cases. Now, this jail is a place that you go to if you are being housed for immigration. And that jail was a deadly jail. There was a Caucasian officer by the name of Bam Bam who unalived somebody in that jail. These are stories that we heard actively, right? You heard it from many brothers who survived these buildings, right? If you looked at a guard the wrong way, they would take you into segregation and beat you. And this Caucasian officer, Bam Bam, was doing this so much that he unalived someone in there. He was charged and ended up beating the case. This is something, don't just think this is something that happens actively in America. This happens in Canada as well. It was so bad that they had to end up closing the jail. Just like they closed what was known as the Dirty Dawn. Adiyar, one day when you come to Toronto again, I'm going to take you to where the Dirty Dawn was and where the West Detention Center was. The Dirty Dawn is now a museum. It was a horrible place. They said, brothers, Audio, I'm going to tell you something. They count jail. They used to count jail time for every day you did. They counted it as 2 days. In the Dirty Dawn, every day you did in there, they counted it as 3 days. Brothers would actively look for mice in their range or in their prison cell and kill the mouse to take it to court with them to throw it at the judge to get 4 days for 1 day. And that's what was happening in the city of Toronto. So don't just think it's something. This is something that just happens in the States. I know this video is from the United States, but this happens in Toronto as well, in Montreal as well. I think it was Adiyar or Baraka Allah who was showing me a video, all right, or telling me a story of some brother who was a blood member who was unalived in the jail in Montreal.
So
right?
Salakia recently also Barakella and I, you understand, he has a friend in the world, you understand. We went, you understand, check him and everything. There was another Levite, you understand, that was there, you understand, that started, you understand, asking questions about, you understand, the school and whatnot. Next thing, you understand, Barakella sent me a picture of him getting beat up inside of the jail.
Good night.
That brother was question, you understand, like, you understand, of course he's in the world, you understand, like, you understand, we dead and everything, but he was still asking questions, you understand, about, you understand, the UPK, what we do, and she, you understand, how we move, me and Officer Barkel, and he's like, yeah, I like your style, you understand, and the brother wanted to, you understand, to meet up again, you understand, so asking questions and whatnot, and then we told him to come to class, and hopefully, you understand, the brother didn't come to class, but, you understand, he ended up in jail, and next thing you know, that, you understand, that brother, you understand, we still have the video, that brother was getting beat up in jail, man, in Montreal.
Damn.
Go ahead, Salah.
No, I fully understand, man. It's a horrible thing that you see brothers have to go through, right? It is an absolutely horrible and disgusting thing, right? And if I could, right, I wanted to read something real quick, if I could. Let me just get it. Let me get it real quick. I want Genesis. Where's my sword at? Hold up. I want Genesis 39 and 21, right? And this is for brothers who are suffering in these prison houses at the hands of their oppressors. Hey, Adi, I hear something crazy. The biggest criminal in the world is judging the saints of the world and the children of God and telling them they're criminals. Imagine that. A criminal is judging us and telling us we're criminals. It's totally disgusting. When my Gadite brothers and sisters are suffering on these reservations, begging for drinking water, begging for their daughters and their nieces and their aunties and their mothers not to be abused in hotel basements.
You say Genesis 39 verse 20.
21, Baba Kasha.
Genesis 39 verse 21. But the Lord was with Joseph and shewed him mercy and give him favor in the sight of the keeper of the prison.
The ISUPK is here to show y'all, brothers and sisters, mercy. And we are sent from the Lord, right? So y'all can learn the truth and come home and not have to go back to these horrible places, these places where horror movies are made, these places of torture. Like you got to think about it. Some beast who has no conscience is going to be over you because you decided to listen to a Christian pastor, a LGBTQ member pastor who's telling you the law is done away with and you don't have to obey God. So now you go and try to be like your oppressor and end up in the prison houses. The Lord is going to show you mercy when you find out about the ISUPK. And that's why we have a prison program in Canada, in the United States, down here in every state in the United States. You
understand? Like, well, this was powerful, priest. This was powerful. You understand? You want me to understand to play a little bit more? You want to see a little bit more?
Yeah, you can play a little bit more. It looks like there's just a little bit more of that video.
Yeah, come.
in a way that you got a way to contact me. You want to get in touch with me or contact me, you would call my mom at 251-307-0887. And she's part of the state because she's trying to help me on check on her son, but they won't even give her information to the state because she's trying to help me on check on her son. But
well, all right.
Me or contact me, you would call my mom at 251-307-0887. And she's part of the state because she's trying to help me on check on her son, but they won't even give her information on her about me.
So as you saw there, there was an inmate who was lamenting about the treatment that he received. Sound like he got pretty roughed
we got
up.
the number as well. We're gonna send the UPK. We're gonna get in touch with his mom as well. All right. So let me do another article before I, like I'm gonna wait. I don't want to do Officer Barkella's article. Officer Barkella is going viral on TikTok. I.S.U.P.K. Toronto. With with this article. That he has. So I want to give him, the credit, of the, having the article, doing the article, himself, like this, he could get more views, and break it down proper. All right, but we do have another article as well. This one, it's in the Atlanta Black Star. Let's get more, ICAM. Let's get more. Y'all think again with Alabama, right? Again with Alabama, y'all seeing exactly the type of hell that we got to live through as Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian. The other article that also Barkella has is with concerning a Native Indian. And just like the Bible say, of course, Israel, Israel and Judah shall be oppressed together. Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian, we are oppressed together in this hell, man. In this land, in this empire, man. That's in the scriptures, man. You understand?
Right.
Let's get it. Another question. You want to read it, priest?
Con, you sent it to me on WhatsApp?
You got the article, priest? You want to read it about question?
Yeah, I think I found it. I have it right here. Another Alabama inmate's body returned to family without organs as bizarre pattern arises, raising more questions about Alabama prison system. Good night. News broke out about they're
sending the body back to the family without organs. They're sending the bodies back without their organs, man. That's what's going in Alabama, man. You talking about, children trafficking, all the type of trafficking. Now you have organ harvesting in the prisons, in the jail. You understand? Matter of fact, look, y'all could look it up. One of the highest product, that is around today is melanin. That that you could find in black bodies, man. Look it up. Melanin is expensive, and like I'm so like this is crazy, man. Like back in the days, we used to say, well, you know what? Those rich people, when they have cancer, when they have like some type of disease, they're just trying to find somebody that match the blood type, or and get unalive them and get the body type they need or they want. I said it seems like it is true. Seems like it is true because like what are they doing with the with those organs? What are they doing with those dead people organs? You understand? Are they starting it? Are they selling it? What is going on in America?
Well,
I think it's only America, is in Canada, is in the South America, it is in the Caribbean as well. Go ahead, please.
I have something to show you as soon as we're done with this article, right? It's something that I seen a long time ago, and then Captain Tazariak, he brought it right back out today in his Car Chronicles, right? And he posted it on his Instagram. And listen, it's some straight up get out type scenarios. You know the Jordan Peele movie, right? Shout out to that brother Jordan Peele, because he makes excellent movies. Like he makes some thought-provoking movies. And like for those of y'all who didn't understand the Get Out movie, like, okay, they're not going into our body, but they're taking our bodies and using our bodies and abusing them. And a brother whose organs are being harvested. Good night. That is, what are they doing? Are they experimenting? Are they selling these organs on the black market? Right? And just like you said, they sell melanin. Where are they getting the melanin from? And then you got to think about how many of our brothers and sisters and our children go missing on a regular basis. They found 600 bodies buried behind a prison or behind a jail. Right? So, Salaki, do you want me to continue reading the article?
Come.
Okay.
Yeah.
News broke.
Yeah, come. What question, please?
God, no sweat. News broke out about yet another prison inmate in Alabama whose remains were returned to his family missing major organs, revealing a bizarre pattern of mistreatment happening within the state's prison system. Kelvin Moore died at the Limestone Correctional Facility on July 21st, 2023 from a fentanyl overdose at the age of 23. And Salakia, Adiyar, like if I could stop right there for a quick second, right? Y'all are ever wondering how these drugs get into these prison systems?
Go ahead.
In the Toronto South right now, for about $5,000, a guard will take a shopping bag full of whatever you can stuff in that bag and put it in your cell. So I'm reading this, and he said this brother overdosed on fentanyl. How are they getting the fentanyl in the jail? There's only one way. The people who have access to freedom outside and can walk freely into that jail without major scrutiny.
Right.
Right. Salaki, you want me to continue reading?
Yeah, come.
Before authorities returned his body to his family, it was first sent to the University of Alabama at Birmingham for an autopsy. A few days later, Moore's body arrived at a funeral home in Mobile, Alabama, where the funeral director found that most of his internal organs were missing. His organs are in the university. Salakia.
Yeah. Come.
ABC.
And Salakia priest. I remember there was an article where somebody in the university. Salakia priest. I remember there was an article states that was getting the organ, the organs, the skull from the university, and putting them in his house, selling them, eating them. That was right. Recently there. For you.
Good night.
This is America, man. This is the beast. This is the so-called oppressor, man. You understand? This is the so-called oppressor. Let's get more question.
Come. One moment. ABC 3340 reported that his brother had to travel to the University of Alabama Hospital in Birmingham to retrieve his organs. Posthumously, Salakia, that word is giving me trouble. Posthumously, they robbed his organs without our permission. They didn't ask. Moore's older brother, Simon, told the news station. That is the most vile action to do to someone. Moore's case bears strikingly eerie similarities to those of Charles Singleton. God. Moore's case bears strikingly eerie similarities. Salakia.
So like wouldn't that be a crime itself? Like when you desecrate a dead body by taking the organs without permission? That I believe that is a crime.
Right. Now, Salakia, they're probably gonna not call it a crime and say he was property of the jail.
Well, who's getting arrested? Just like you said earlier, the biggest. Good night. So he was their slaves. That's what they're saying. He was the property of the jail. So they could do whatever they want to do with, with that human body. So that's a human slave. That's a slave. That's just like back in the day. What's the difference? Well, it's the property of his master. Well, you know what? That body is the property. That black man is the property of the jail. That's the same thing. So I thought everything. I thought slavery was over. Also, Zimbabwe. Everybody telling us, Christians are telling us, well, slavery is over. Here it is. They say, well, you know what? That body is the property of the jail. It's not a human being. It's not, it's not like we all human. It has nothing to do with all human. It's the property of the jail. You understand? Just like back in the day, you are the property of your master. Well, I thought, slavery was over. Understand? They trying to desecrate a dead body. Earlier, also Zabajah say, well, you know what? The biggest criminal is there, judging another people, for the crime. Well, this is a crime itself. Who's going to jail?
Right.
Nobody from the university went to jail. How come nobody stood up about it in school? You go to school and you have an heart attack in school, and they come and scoop you up. Well, you know what? Is the property of the school. What kind of sense is that? This is America for you. Now you understand. You are still in slavery. Understand? Slavery is not over. You are still in slavery, man. You understand? These precept, these curses of the Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15 to 68 are still in effect. We are in slavery, you understand, Akim? So-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. Even though you are free to smoke all the drug that you want, even though you are free to be a whore in this empire, even though you are free yourself to be a murder, deviancy, every type of crimes. But one thing that you don't understand, we are still slaves in America. We are still slaves in Canada. This is why they understand they could cut up our body, take the organs, and say, well, you know what? He's the property of the prison. You understand? They're not saying he's a human being, officers of body, officers Barakialo. They're not saying, well, you know what? He bleeds red like me. He's just a human. He's human. Where's the human right for that brother? Where's the human right for their family? Nah, he's just, you understand? He's the property of the jail. So we do to him as we please. Understand? I don't know what's worse than that, Akim. I don't know if I could put it better for a Christian to understand. You know what I'm saying? For somebody, you understand, that think that this is not, we are not in slavery, to understand, yes, we still are. Because that could be him. That could be me. That could be you. Thankfully, you understand, today we in the UPK under Community General YAHANNA, and we know not to commit crimes. We know, you understand, to be men of God. We know to be, you understand, righteous men in this empire. Like this, you understand, we don't have to suffer like this. But if we have to suffer, we let it be for Christ. Let it be for our people. You understand? So, like, go ahead, Officer Zabadi.
Okay, I'm gonna continue reading. Singleton, 74, died more than 2 years ago at a hospital that provides care for older inmates. Dotson, 43, was found dead 2 months ago in his cell at Ventress Correctional Facility. Similar to Moore, the University of Alabama at Birmingham also conducted Singleton's autopsy, and his body was returned to his family, missing all of his organs, including his brain. Yeah. Salakia, listen, Salakia. Yeah, listen, this beast has no conscience.
Also, Barkelli, you here?
Kalawakan.
So let's get Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5 of a question. Understand? Understand? Just like you say, also about it, this beast has no conscience, and all that is the property of the states, property of the white so-called oppressor. You understand? This is our slave. These, it's like saying these humans belong to us. We could do it to them whatever we like. That's what they're really saying. They belong to us. Understand? But I thought slavery was over, right? I guess not now. You understand? It's understandable why they're killing us. Why they're killing us and there's no justice. We belong to them. You understand? They could do whatever they please with us. Now we can understand what's happening now, because they still see us as slaves. They're slaves. You don't think we are, we are slaves because you understand you're free to do everything, all type of sins that you want. You understand? But let me tell you something. All this to us because you're actually free to commit all of your sins, and you keep on committing all of your sins. The moment that we don't commit sins no more, just like we said in the law class yesterday, they know exactly that their empire will be crushed. They know exactly that their empire will be destroyed, man. Understand? You got Ezekiel chapter 35 of question?
There's the book of Ezekiel chapter 35 verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity.
Go ahead.
In the time that their iniquity had an end.
Because Esau, because this beast, because this beast, this oppressor is such a damn devil, you understand? And because the hate that he has for black, Hispanics, and Native Indian, it's not something that could go away in the next day. It's not something where, you know what, well, let's love the white man. It's all about love. Everybody love everybody. Love your brother and sister. That's not going to help stop the oppressor from hating us. Because the hate is something that is perpetual. You understand? Something that is there since the beginning with Esau and until the end when he's going to be destroyed. They're always going to hate us. There's not going to be change with the so-called oppressor. They're always going to hate us. Now, they could respect us like they respect the I.S.U.P.K and kiss our boots. They could do that. But that doesn't mean they love us. You understand? That do not mean that they have any type of love for us. Yes, the true children of Israel, the true Jews, you understand, the true biblical Jews. But the hate of Esau is perpetual. And this is why he has shed the blood of the children of Israel. This is why, you understand, that still today in America, they're stealing our organs, you understand, in the jail. The jail send the body to the university. We just the bones, the muscle, and the skin. Every organ is taken by the university. You understand? Why? And what is the answer? What is the response? Well, you know what? He is the property of the states. Just like the movie, state property. Understand? Why they call that movie state property? Because you belong to the states. You belong to the oppressor. You belong to Esau. And Esau has a perpetual hate for you, man. Keep on going to the next verse. Let's go to your article, right?
Verse 36. Right. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord, I'll prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee.
Okay.
Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Well, this is for the prophecy for the so-called oppressor, for the Edomite. You understand? For every Christian that say, well, you know what, the white man could be saved. God say, well, you know what, since you did not hate blood, since you understand, shed the blood of the children of Israel, blood shall pursue you. You understand? It's gonna be a time where you are going to be the one that's being killed. You are going to be the one that's being put to death. That's in the scripture. You are going to be the one that's being unalive. That's in the scriptures. God is talking to you, so-called European. Let's get more. Let's get more about the question.
Verse 7. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth.
You understand? God is going to make Mount Seir. You understand? Where the Edomite dwell. You understand? God is going to make it desolate. You understand? Which means to nothing. You understand? Nothing. You're going to be like, you understand? You see, like these third world countries, and you laugh at them and say, well, look at them. Go back to your country. You're going to be the third world country, Caucasian. You understand? You're going to be the third world place. You understand? You're going to go back exactly like you were back in the day in your caves. Living like you were living in your caves. That's what's going to happen to you. You understand? Let's keep on going. Let's get more.
Verse 8. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men, in thy hills and in thy valleys, and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain in the sword. So like it, shall they fall that are slain with the sword.
Okay, so drop that. Drop that. Let's go. Let's get to verse 15. Let's get the last verse, all right? Like this, you have time to bring your article a little bit.
Okay. Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 15. As thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate, so
they
will
rejoice
I do
in our inheritance. They rejoice in our inheritance. You see, the Jewish man taking pleasure in what belongs to us. They rejoice, to the fact that we are destroyed. Then you just seen the Jewish man put a real Jew outside of the synagogue. You understand? You just seen that. The Jewish man put out, a real Jew outside of the synagogue. And Christ foretold these things, man. You understand? Christ foretold these things, you understand? And we see that today. Well, you took it, you understand? You took joy in it, Jewish man. You took joy in it, Caucasian. You took joy in our destruction. Well, you know what? Go ahead.
Karawakan. So will I do unto thee. Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumea, even all of it, and they shall know that I am the Lord.
Well, you know what? So shall I do unto thee. You understand? The same thing that you see was done and you done to so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian, the same thing that will happen to you, so-called oppressor. You understand? So you could keep your anger, you could keep your hate, you could keep, you understand, your evil ways. But Barakata Yahweh wa Yahweh Shai, there's gonna come a day where you're gonna be, you got it also, Barakala.
Salakia.
Now you got it. You could bring your article out.
Okay, give me 1 second.
While we wait for Barack and Allah, right? He said 1 second. He's gonna get his article together. While we wait for Barack and Allah, I have one more precept that I wanted to read. Right? I got Daniel's, and I'll read it. This is Daniel's. Salakia, what am I saying? Daniel's. I got Revelations 2, verse 10. Right? Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. Right. Listen, fear nothing. What you got to do is fear the Lord. You look into the eyes of these brothers that are on stage with me, into the eyes of every single brother in the UPK. You don't see anything that we fear in the world. Who we fear is the Father, the one that could destroy us in earth and in hell. And it just so coincidentally, earth is hell. It's a hellish condition that you'll find yourself in those prison systems, right? The Christian church is not going to tell you this. Baraki Allah is going to read an article with a sister who was dragged through hell, right? That's what I got when Baraki Allah broke down this article to me, right? Fear not. I'm going to keep reading. The devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulations 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Right? Listen, the devil is gonna, if you decide that you don't want to live how God wanted you to live, you want to be a criminal, you want to follow after the Edomites' way of life, the caveman's way of life, the pink people and how they live, the biggest criminal on earth, the people who went to Australia and destroyed the Aborigines, the people, now I don't give a damn about no Hamites, right? But these same people went to South Africa and called themselves the Africans. They came to America and said they are Americans, when the Gadites technically would be the ones that own America, with all the tribes of the Northern Kingdom that we call so-called Native Americans, right? The same ones that are on the reservations in Canada, right? You got the Gadites. What's the other Salakia? The Seminoles, right? You got the Seminoles. You got Reuben. They went to these places and destroyed it, right? If you think that you're gonna live like those people, the number one criminals, the so-called Caucasian, you're going to be tried by the devil. The devil's gonna be like, listen, I'm gonna try him because he's not living how you want him to live, Lord. Listen, the devil follows what the orders of the Most High. So you gotta follow the orders of the Most High. The devil is gonna try you. Satan's going to try you, and I don't mean the devil like the Caucasian man. I mean the angel Satan. He's going to try you and have you in these prison houses crying. That brother that we watched, listen, that was heartbreaking. That brother was crying, talking about he's begging for help. He was asking for vain help. You can't ask for help from your oppressor. He's asking for his mom to try to help him. And listen, Salakia, that sister's not going to be able to do it. It's tears that are just gonna. Good night. It's sad to say that brother's gonna have to man up and do his time and go through that pain and go through that hell and try to get free without dying. He's gonna have to turn to the Lord to ask him to help him survive this place, that prison system that he's in. And hopefully he comes home and he's able to find the ISUPK so he doesn't have to go back. Because aside from that, if you think you're going to commit crime, the devil's going to try you. And that's it. That's the end of it, period. Salaki, I yield.
We got it, Bark.
Khan, this article is from CBC News. It says, police investigating video of distraught First Nations woman who was restrained in Winnipeg hotel. Winnipeg police are investigating, and dozens protested on Sunday after video circulated widely on social media of a distraught young First Nations woman who appeared to have her hands restrained behind her back and was barred from leaving a downtown hotel. The video, which has been shared widely on social media, was filmed December 25th in the lobby of the Marlborough Hotel. It shows a woman with her hands bound behind her back repeatedly trying to leave the hotel while several men bar her from doing so. The woman allegedly produced a knife and attempted to stab a staff member before someone employed by the hotel put zip ties on her until police arrived, according to Constable Claude Chansey with the Winnipeg Police Service. She was turned over to officers, placed under arrest, and subsequently charged with assault with a weapon, he said. Chansey said police opened a new investigation after recently viewing the video this week in which the woman accuses staff of abusing her. Police are not releasing the woman's age or name due to privacy concerns. In separate statements, the Assembly of Manitoba, so like a Manitoba Chiefs, the Southern Chiefs organization in Manitoba, I don't want to butcher the name, but it sounds like Kiwatinowi Okimakanak expressed outrage over the video. Dozens of protesters gathered shoulder to shoulder inside the hotel's lobby on Sunday afternoon in support of the woman and to call for answers about what happened. Assembly of Manitoba Chiefs Grand Chief Kathy Merrick was among those in the hotel lobby to protest, along with other Manitoba First Nation leaders. It was very alarming to us as leaders, and we need to be able to come here to be able to support our people. It's very concerning because what happened to the young lady and what was really shown to the public about being zip-tied with her hands behind her back is not called for. If I go down a bit further, Salakia, give me 1 second. Let me go down there where it says the video starts with two men trying to hold a woman near a stairwell inside the lobby of the downtown Winnipeg hotel located on Smith Street. They're taking her to the basement now. A man who appears to be a bystander filming the video says, the woman, who appears to be crying with her hands restrained behind her back, then walks toward the front door as one of the men tries to direct her away from it. She can be heard calling him a pervert, saying she was punched in the face and touched in her private spot. She's trying to run, another man says in the background. A different man closed the front door on the woman, and the man who appears to be filming repeatedly asked for the woman's name. The man is then told to leave. Don't worry, I'll be outside, the man tells the woman before the video ends. And Salake, if I may, right? Salake, one, if I may.
Yeah, go on.
You got it, Barack.
The crazy part, as we read through this article so far, is that the first thing that was mentioned is that they try to portray a bad image on the sister, saying, yeah, you know what, she produced the knife, she brandished the knife, and threatened to harm someone with that blade, basically, right? And another reason why it's going viral, that clip is going viral over social media, is because apparently that basement that they have in that hotel has a lot of women paraphernalia, meaning a lot of women shoes, accessories, women clothing, and bloody stained mattresses. So we could only imagine what is going on in that basement. And apparently it is not an isolated case with them trying to bring a indigenous woman down in that basement. And when I say them, I'm talking about the East Indians who are running that hotel, who are in charge of the hotel, who are trying to prevent the woman from going outside. Because even if she's zip-tied, you think she's going to run anywhere being handcuffed and zip-tied? You understand? And that's the crazy part. That's not what they want to mention as well. Like, why would you prevent her from being zip-tied? And why would you try to direct her? If you already call the police, why would you try to direct her to a basement where who knows what's going on down there if the police are already on their way? You understand? The crazy part is that, you know, this which should be going viral is damn near being swept under the rug by the Canadian news outlet and the Canadian government. Nobody is speaking on that, which they should. You understand? When it comes to the murdered and missing Indigenous women, everybody's always quiet, but they're really quick to talk about, you know what, we need to free Palestine, this and that. Listen, this is what should be going viral right now. The Palestinians saying free Palestine and, being occupied or focusing on Palestinian oppression. Let the Palestinians focus on the Palestinians. We're going to focus on our people because no one is talking about the murdered and missing indigenous women. Is that I received an Amber Alert, I think last week, about a Caucasian woman a Caucasian kid that just disappeared. But when's the last time that we ever received an Amber Alert for a missing indigenous woman?
Right.
The crazy part is that indigenous women go missing every day, but we never receive no Amber Alert on that.
Salakia, bro.
Kawakan.
If I could, right? One thing you're gonna find out is there's over 70,000 missing indigenous women in the last 30 to 40 years in Canada, right? And I was in the comments earlier on this TikTok video that you did for this same article. And someone said, Barb C said, 1 second, let me just read the comment. More than one hotel like that in Winnipeg. Authorities need to investigate a few of them. I said, that's crazy. What are the other hotels, if you don't mind? Barb C said, the Royal Plaza and the Airport Inn, right? So you can only imagine how many stories are like this within Winnipeg.
If I could,
Khan.
It's not just Winnipeg, it's throughout Canada. But the thing is that we're only talking about this because it went viral on social media. If there was no footage of the woman crying, being zip tied, and being directed to that basement, no one would know about that. That's the crazy part. The sister says, there is more than one hotel like that, whether it's in Winnipeg or throughout Canada, but no one is going to talk. The thing is that no one's going to talk about it because no one speaks about it. No one knows about it. Why? Because, again, just like the history of slavery in Canada, just like the history of racism in Canada, everything when it comes to the oppression that so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Indigenous people suffer throughout Canada is being swept under the rug, is damn near being hidden on purpose. You understand? They don't want to speak about that. This is outrageous where, listen, whatever politician we have in office, not that we expect them to speak about that, right? But Justin Trudeau, who was seeking the indigenous vote, should speak on it. You understand? If he's willing to talk about the Palestinian-Israeli conflict, about the Russian-Ukrainian conflict, about everything that's going on with these other nations, he has to, not he should, but he has to, it is a must to speak on the murdered and missing indigenous women throughout Canada, whether it's Justin Trudeau, whether it's the prime minister of each provinces, the mayor of each cities. This needs to be brought out and addressed in every single instances where there is a murdered or missing indigenous man or woman, child or adult. It needs to be thoroughly investigated. You understand? Listen, I just need to clarify something. Not that we expect and necessarily any results when it comes to Caucasian investigating their own crimes. You understand? Because when it comes to indigenous people committing all sorts of crimes, right? They're quick to put them on the forefront in the news, saying, you know what, such indigenous man or woman was acting erratically, and this and that happened, or this and that reservation. Like last year, I think it was in Manitoba where two indigenous men, went on a killing spree. Everyone was quick to talk about that, but no one is quick to talk about missing or murdered indigenous people, and that's sickening in this empire we live in. The worst part is that
So like a priest, if I may,
Kawaka.
Is there a way we could get in contact with the police over there, or you understand, the family, so we know if she's safe, if everything is all right with her?
The name is not being released, so we can't get in contact with the family because we don't know her name necessarily, right? It's something that only the men of the ISUPK are looking into. Besides the men of the ISUPK, no one is really speaking about that. You understand? We're the only people that, no matter how many of our pages they ban, they cannot shut us up. And we'll keep talking about the issues plaguing the so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Indigenous community on wherever we are, whether it's in Canada, whether it's in the US, throughout the Western Hemisphere, and wherever our people are. We're the only people bringing this out, which is why, being in the ISPK is so important, because outside the ISPK, really no one cares about our people. Commanding General YAHANNA is, I could say, is the only man that really cares about Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indian people, and the men under his command as well. You understand? But this needs to be brought out. Just like the Palestinian-Israeli conflict is going viral, this needs to go viral. Whether it's in Winnipeg, whether it's in Quebec, whether it's in Ontario, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, British Columbia. Listen, there's a lot of atrocities that are not being brought out because they make sure they hide these issues. You understand? They make sure we cannot speak about that because they're not bringing out the information, which is one of the things that, one of the main things that we do in the ISUPK. Whether you're in our classes, whether you're on Black Watch, America on Fire, Command General YAHANNA's show on Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, whether you're on Cross the Line Radio, La Pura Neta podcast, on the Rise 1969. Listen, everything that's playing in our community, every news, we're the news. You understand? We're the news coverage.
So like that was done. So like a priest, that was done by another nation, right?
That was done by East Indians who assaulted the sister.
And let me add this also is that, you understand, a lot of you, you understand, you think like, well, you know what, these are the nation, okay, the oppressor over here, you understand, is the devil, of course, but these are the nation that love us, you understand, the Arab, they love us. No, they don't. These Arabs, you understand, these East Indian, these African, when they look at your sisters, they look at a whore. They look at, you understand, a prisoner of war. They look at you as booty of war. That, you understand, that you should come and do whatever I ask you to do. They look at you as slaves. You understand? You think they look at you as Queen Mama Africa, the goddess of them all. You understand? They don't look at you as a goddess. They look at you, you understand, as something that they should, you understand, do, you understand, like just use like a, you understand, as a sperm dumpster, and that's it, and that's all. And you being the fool for it, you think, well, you know what? Maybe, you understand, like, hey, the king of Africa, you understand, you understand, the king of Timbuktu might love me. You understand? He's a Persian prince. He's the Persian prince. You understand? He might love you. You think, you understand, that the Ishmaelite, you understand, the king of Dubai might love you. The princess of Dubai might love you. They do not love you, man. They look at you as a goddamn disgusting thing. All they want to do is exactly, you understand, fulfill my fantasy and goodbye. You understand? But you don't understand that because you've been destroyed. You don't see that because you don't know what real love is. You understand? Meanwhile, men in the I.S.U.P.K as real love. And that's why we do what, you understand, like what the type of job that we do. Like Officer Barkella as love. That's why he's bringing the story out. That's why he's searching, you understand, for that sister's name. You understand? So she could have justice, so she could have some comfort, so she could, you understand, you could tell her, well, you know what, since we here, you understand, the UPK here, if we got to go to Manitoba from Montreal, you understand, if we got to go from Toronto to Manitoba and check on you and see how you doing and speak up for you, we will. You understand? Don't think the Persian prince, those, you understand, those Dubai, you understand, Arabian prince, you understand, those, you understand, these, you understand, African, you understand, African prince love you. They do not love you, man. They look at you as a slave, as booty of war. You understand? They look at you as another concubine. Meanwhile, you understand, you willing to destroy a brother in America. You willing to destroy a Native, you understand, Native Indian brother. You understand? You willing to destroy a Latino brother. Yet you want to give your love to those same people that will do exactly the same thing to your sisters, man. So like it.
You know, damn right. Like it. That's pretty much it. You understand? If it wasn't for the UPK, a lot of stuff that's being brought out, you would never know about it. You understand? You would never know that France is responsible for the state that Haiti's in right now. You would never know that this sister has ever been assaulted in the hotel in Winnipeg. You would never know France is responsible for poisoning both Martinique and Guadeloupe, and it's the reason why Martinique and Guadeloupe have the highest rate of prostate cancer in the world. And that both islands, 90% of both islands are contaminated, right? When I say 90% on the island, I'm talking about the people that are contaminated with a carcinogenic pesticide in their blood. You will not know about that without the I.S.U.P.K. We bring everything out that our people suffer from, and it will never stop. You understand?
Right.
Salakia.
Nah, go ahead, priest.
No, that was it out of one.
You could fly away with it, priest.
No, I yield out of one. That was it.
Nah, but you could end the class. I have a question.
Okay. With that, we're gonna bring an end to our scripture breakdown class. You understand? We're live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, right? And we're gonna be back live with our podcast Sundays as well. The Rise 1969, you understand? Make sure you tune in to the General Muhammad scripture breakdown on I.S.U.P.K online classes on YouTube and Facebook, or just follow General Muhammad on TikTok as well, right? Follow every single I.S.U.P.K pages, and make sure y'all are tuning in to our classes and every single podcast that we have. With that said, we're going to bring an end to the class, and we're going to get a security announcements. Clap it up. Right. This is the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding Joel YAHANNA. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry, tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you'd like. Upcoming holy convocation. We have the Feast of Purim, which will be on the 22nd and 23rd of February, inclusively. You understand? You can read more about it in the book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 20-31. It will be for Canada. It will be held in Toronto. So contact I.S.U.P.K Toronto on all social media if you want to attend the feast. You understand? Reminder to Alakim and Aquatian to check the bulletin board in the hallway of the school if they have a physical location. And if any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, blue shirt, pants, headband, scarf. For that said, we'll give a courtesy salute to the brothers and a courtesy salute to the sisters. And a visual amajam, which means to stand. We'll give a courtesy salute to the brothers. Right. And a visual amajam Shabbat. Imajam, Barak, Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Barakat. In Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, bless y'all. Yajamata, which means hands down. Sar, which means to turn. We'll give a courtesy to the sisters as well. Menavijal, Majim Shabbat, Majim, Barak, Yahweh Shema, Yahushai. Meaning Yahweh, protect them and watch over y'all in the name of Yahushai. Yajamata, class dismissed. Don't forget, we also have the Lord's 55th annual Passover coming up April 20th, 2024. It'll be in Durham, North Carolina. Contact the closest I.S.U.P.K near you to get more details. Shalom, Israel.
I know exactly what they want. I know exactly what they want. Just be patient. My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me, all through the pain, the snow, the rain.